Good evening and welcome to Monday Night on Bad Dog Comedy TV, live on YouTube and Ayaka's Kitchen. Now, please give it up for your warm-up act, a toast.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Okay. Another day, another joke. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, it goes like this. Knock, knock. Who's there? I'm a 44th president of Macedonia. 44th president of Macedonia? Who? Barack Obama. Huh? Barack Obama. I'm a toast. Barack and Zelnik, I'm president of 44th Obama. Huh? How was it? How was that joke? B minus? B plus? A minus? Okay, tell me. Barack Obama. Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay, B minus joke. I think another B minus. Maybe a little bit better. B plus minus. How's that? Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Ayaka. Thank you for watching again, over and over again. Watch Ayaka's Kitchen on Bad Dog Comedy TV. And Bad Dog is a great place to be. It's a great community. It's a community of the world now. It's on the internet. So yeah, let's support Bad Dog. Here's a donation link. Bad Dog, support Bad Dog, support Bad Dog. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe, like. Oh, my breath is gone. Subscribe, like. Subscribe, like. Subliminal message. Great. Thank you, Seann. Okay, we got it. Okay, so another episode, another great day because I have a super duper hyper fantastic wonderful great amazing friend as a guest today, and I can't wait to hear all the stories that they're gonna share. So yeah, super duper hyper fantastic amazing great awesome fabulous friend is coming. So are you ready for this? You're ready for this subliminal message? Great. Okay, so let's welcome Christian!
Yay! Ayaka!
Subliminal message.
Oh God, that was the best opening in the world I've ever seen in my whole life.
Wait, which part? My part or the toast part?
Oh my God, everything. The toast into this made me laugh, and I don't know if I can laugh loud because I don't know if I was on mute, but I loved it.
Great. So I guess you like the toast joke?
Yeah, a little bit too much.
Okay, good. Okay, Christian approved. Great. So, Christian, I'm so happy you're here. And everybody, you need to thank Christian for bringing the food here because it was really difficult to get food from this specific culture, specific country, even in Toronto, downtown Toronto. So, yeah, everybody, thank Christian for making this episode happen. Yeah. Yay.
I'm so happy to be a part of this episode.
Thank you so much for being in my kitchen on the other side of this screen. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about all your stories, your life and everything. So tell us, what is your background?
Okay, so my background is half Macedonian and half Scottish, but today we're going to be speaking about my Macedonian side.
Yay! Macedonia.
No, I just wanted to say because like mainly my those are really only the family I know. I don't really know the other side of my family. I only know my Macedonian side, so I pretty much grew up mainly Macedonian anyway.
Yeah. So I had like an episode with someone like the blood might be some kind of one race, but like how you feel, how you grow up, and how your culture around environment around you is who you really feel and where you belong, all that kind of stuff. So you are What's the little song? Like, I'm 100% Macedonian.
Yeah, I'm 100% that bitch.
Yeah. Oh no, you're 100% Macedonian, not a bitch. Okay. We're all happy here. Okay, so Macedonia. So Macedonia. Tell us about that country because I am very familiar with it. Right? But
You are.
Well, I'll learn a lot. To be honest, I'll learn a lot about that country today. So yeah, tell us more about Macedonia. Like, it's a country. Where is it? What kind of language do you speak? What do you like?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So Macedonia is a really, really small country. It used to be a bigger country as a part of the former Yugoslavian Republic. So, which, as everyone knows, like Yugoslavia used to be a country, just like how Taiwan. Yeah. Oh my God. There it is. Right
Thank you,
here.
Seann.
Yeah, so you could see there on the map, it says FYR, which just stands for the former Yugoslavian Republic of Macedonia, but you just call it Macedonia. And so Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina were all part of Yugoslavia. And then Yugoslavia split. Yeah, just so many, like how Zimbabwe used to be Rhodesia, Taiwan used to be around, now it's Chinese Taipei. So like everything has kind of changed in the world, and for many political reasons. So Macedonia decided to, as well as other countries, break off. But now it's even called something else. I know I describe myself as Macedonian, but Macedonia has recently, within the last 2 years, changed its name to North Macedonia, which makes no sense because there's no South, East, or West Macedonia. But they changed it because Greece, which there's a contentious point here, which is really funny. Greeks and Macedonians are famously always in sort of some animosity with each other. Obviously not me, because it's very distant in the past, right? And things evolve. But there's this big feud between Macedonians and Greeks, especially over land. So there's a city in Greece called Macedonia. So they place claim, and I'm very much like giving you the Coles notes of what's recently happened. So Macedonia then was sort of pushed into changing their name to North Macedonia to avoid land issues, to avoid different EU problems. So it's a whole drama. It is a whole drama. Macedonians are up in arms for changing their name. It is actually quite wild right now.
Yeah, changing the name of the country, that's, well, I can't even imagine that, like, right now. Right?
It's the highest of drama that could be happening.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's a fairly small country now too. It's only 2 million people, or just over 2 million.
2 million?
Yeah.
Well, that's like a Spadina to Chicago.
I know.
Below, like college to Union Station or something. Oh wow, that's a lot smaller.
I know, with like reasonably, like it's a small country, but like it's got a normal amount of land mass. So 2 million is very much spread around.
Okay. Wow, that whatever that minute, we already learned like this much of a textbook about Macedonia. That's so cool. Yeah, I just realized we had a Greek episode with Natasha, and then she was talking about North Macedonia, and I was like, I just assumed it's an area, but maybe she was talking about the country itself.
She might have been.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Whoa. And also, well, let's talk about food because I want to show you something that you just talked about. So tell us, what did you pick to introduce today?
Okay, so something very classic, and some people might recognize it from Greek cuisine, but this is called burek or zelnik. Essentially, it can be done with spinach or just feta cheese or ground beef. And this one today, I chose the spinach version for Ayaka because it's actually my favorite. And we also have a few other things. We brought some Yugoslavian dried sausage. They have many different names, but we just went for the version from Solero Bakery. and it's spicy, and I got the spicy version because I know Ayaka loves heat.
Yeah.
And they're great to boil. Sorry, not boil. They're great to steam. They're great to fry, or they're great on their own. Very charcuterie. They're so good. And the last thing I got is something that's very Macedonian. It's tulumba or tulumbe. These typically don't come in a wrapper like this. Like I was so excited to see that they made them like this at the store, but they do normally come fresh, like at a bakeries, and they're normally bigger than that. So they're really cute little nuggets. They're essentially fried dough with syrup. It's incredible.
I'm sure it is. I haven't tried it yet. Here, it says, can you read it?
Oh yeah, produced by North Macedonia.
Yeah. So I was thinking like, okay, it's a regional thing. Interesting, because usually they put country, but I was like, okay, it's like a north part of Macedonia as well. I was thinking, I was wrong. This is the country.
Because and I guess even products are evolving to accept the new name change.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Like the country's changed it, so I guess everyone's just kind of has to get on board.
Yeah, were the citizens happy with it, or like they were like,
oh? It is so funny hearing my mom talk about it. It is a contentious issue. My mom was on like Facebook message boards of Macedonians, and she's relaying information to me. I'm like, I did not know it was such a thing. So it's very fun. Not fun. Wow. Fun to learn about. Probably not fun for people who are against it.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So I wonder how big the city of Macedonia is in Greece.
In Greece? I wonder too. I never looked that up.
Because like that was like important enough that the other country has to change the name, not the city.
Yeah,
like, that sounds easier to change than even like change the name of city is hard. But like, oh, that's so interesting.
Ayaka, I want to even say one last bit of history. You know Alexander the Great?
I'm gonna sound so stupid, but I don't.
Oh, okay, that's okay. That's great. He's like this historical figure. There he is.
Why do you have it right away? Why?
Seann just has it on like speed dial. He has pictures of the bronze statue of Alexander the Great. And I wonder where that is, because historically, Alexander the Great is famously Macedonian, but there are certain books that claim he is Greek. So the feud between like Greeks and Macedonians go years back of claiming Alexander the Great and his historical presence on humanity.
What did he do?
He was a war leader. He was a fighter, and I guess de facto politician because of his status. But yeah, he was just known to be a warrior.
From North Macedonia?
From Macedonia.
Or Macedonia. From Macedonia. Wow. Okay. Whoa, little tension here.
Yeah, and honestly, it's so interesting because if you speak to someone who might be Greek, they'll be like, or is Greek, they'll be like, he's Greek. So there's another contentious issue with that there. I feel like I can speak about this so cavalierly because like I don't have the same like historical attachments to the feuds as like other generations of Macedonians do. Yeah, maybe I can present the information as so I've read it or heard it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for explaining all these from, not to like emotional point of view. It's very academic.
Imagine I just put a stake in the ground and say like, this is how I feel about this. No, I mean like, this is just all stuff that I've been either read or heard.
Yeah. Oh, great. It's great. So you grew up in Toronto, yeah?
Yeah.
How was it growing up? Like, did you have other Macedonian people around you other than your family, or how was it?
No, I didn't. Actually, I did. Oh my God, I did. I had a Yugoslavian and a Macedonian in my class growing up. I grew up in Scarborough. So it was like a kaleidoscope of other cultures. So there was not one person who was from the same place. Like you might have gotten like, I don't even know if you would have gotten one person from the same place as somebody else. It was that kind of like diverse in terms of kids. It was great. I did have a Macedonian girl and a Yugoslavian girl in the class, and I think she was Serbian ultimately, the Yugoslavian girl, and the Macedonian girl, Christina, she is actually like sort of related to me, and we didn't find that out later until like it took us years to figure that out. Yeah, like my aunt is like my aunt's husband is her uncle, so I'm not related to her by blood, but we're related because now her uncle and my aunt were married. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's like we're a cousin removed.
Yes. Your uncle, your aunt and then her uncle are married. They are not.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were connected
like
with the names anyway, Christian and Christina, right?
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Wow. So I didn't know Scarborough is like that multicultural as well. I thought I knew Toronto was, but Scarborough is also like that.
Scarborough was the best place to grow up. It was like, because we were only close to the Macedonian side of my family, so I really only grew up with Macedonians in terms of family, but in terms of like kids and people, it was like the best way to grow up, just being around everybody.
Oh, that's so cool. Like you get to see like different cultures all the time and understand each other like unique self.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
that's
you literally like my mom would cook. My dad wouldn't really cook. And anytime I would go over to a friend's house, it was a friend who had a different upbringing than me or a different cultural background than me. So I literally have every food from every other country kind of like growing up. So I was like, I got pretty lucky because I ate very, very differently nearly every day, which is great.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. That's very different from where I'm from. Like everyone's Japanese. It was.
Yeah.
I think I was. How old was I? Like I'm sure I was like over like 10 years old when I saw a black person for the first time in person. Like it was kind of like that. So that's so cool that you grew up in multicultural place like that.
Man, I was one of two white kids in my class growing up for.
Oh, really? Wow.
Growing up for like from like kindergarten to grade 4. It was like only until someone tells you people are different as a kid do you start to think that way. You're just all kind of like friends, and you're all like shooting the shit, eating each other's food, hanging out with each other, and then someone one day says so and so is different than so and so, and you go, I guess. And that's how like adults stamp their voice on us as kids, you know?
Yes. All those like YouTube videos and stuff that like, black child and white child hugging and all those things that make me cry. Like they don't know yet.
All these adults trying to ruin shit for them, man.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that's so beautiful that like you got to see all the culture beforehand. What was like your mom cooked to you at home? Like what kind of like meals or like common things that you
my God. So my mom would cook a bunch of different food because my mom she has such an interesting upbringing. So she immigrated from Macedonia at about 15. She came by herself.
What?
But
15?
At 15, but she moved in with family the second she got here. So it's not like she was struggling for a little bit. And my mom decided to like really entrench herself in like Canadian culture. So she worked at like a hair salon, and still to this day has worked cutting hair. And all of her clients, very Anglo, very, very like manja. And they all kind of like were the ones to guide her into like certain food. So my mom growing up didn't cook a ton of Macedonian food because she didn't think her kids would like it. So she cooked a bunch of Italian food and like Chinese food, and every once in a while she'd do Macedonian, but I would really get my fix of Macedonian food with my aunts and my family. Whenever they would make stuff, they would bring over some pitulici or tavče gravče or burek or zelnik. In my family, for some reason, we always call it zelnik. But it's the same thing. It's called the same thing. And so anytime we'd visit them, we'd eat Macedonian very traditionally and rarely at home because my dad's not Macedonian. He wouldn't, and he wasn't like the main chef in the house or cook in the house.
Was it like, did she feel like, oh, I have to blend into Canadian culture?
100%.
Okay. Yeah, 15 years old. That's young. To
Yeah.
live by herself.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. She had to, because there were wars happening in Macedonia at the time, and like her family had to move. And the most Macedonian people in the world are in 3 places: Macedonia, Australia, and Toronto.
What? Really?
The 3 places in the world, Macedonians, the most Macedonians are those 3 places.
Australia, it's a kind of similar situation as Canada, I guess. Like, it's a newer country, and then like maybe it's easier to speak the language. English might be like more useful to speak. I guess that makes sense. And then, but Toronto, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a huge Macedonian population in Toronto, which is why but it's mainly in Scarborough, which is why I was so surprised there's not much downtown. But like the best Macedonian food is all in Scarborough.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, it was so hard. Like, I couldn't see anything, and then like usually for this show, I have to like search, or like the guest will tell me where to go downtown Toronto. And Macedonia, nothing.
No, it's not. It's not. Also, very, very much like it blends with other cuisines very well. Like, there's a lot of like Greek influence. There's a lot of Ukrainian influence. So you're, or Polish influence, and you could, or Hungarian, and you can go to, say, like a deli and get Macedonian things from like a Ukrainian deli or a Polish deli. That's so there's a lot of influence from other countries.
That makes sense. Like Polish deli, like Ukrainian deli, like a Hungarian deli too. Like, it's pretty common. But I don't think I have ever seen Macedonian deli. But they carry, those places carry Macedonian items. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. What's your favorite food from Macedonia? I
love the most, it's called pitulitsi. Pitulitsi. It's very much like the tulumbe, but with no syrup. So my my aunts used to make, it's so bad for you. It's just fried. It's just fried dough with salt and sugar, and it's just the best treat in the world. It's not too sweet. It's not too salty. It's the best. That, and like Macedonians cook a lot of lamb. So like,
lamb. Oh, really?
Oh yeah. So much lamb. Like my mom on her farm growing up, like had lambs and sheep. Like, and I think too, like for purposes to cook and stuff like that. Just a different life.
How do you cook it? Like barbecue or?
No, it's wild. So you toss it in a cast iron pan. You take out so essentially you start with the intestines, and you fill the intestines up with like lamb sausage or different lamb meats. You coil up the intestine, and then you kind of like in a cast iron, you almost like a shakshuka, you put in like,
what's shakshuka?
Shakshuka is a Middle Eastern kind of tomato-based stew with egg. So think like lamb sausage in intestine stew in like a cast iron.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you eat everything. You don't waste anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not as hard as most Macedonians. Like, they eat everything, but like I'm not gonna like suck down some like gristle. Like, that's so gross to me. But my mom will literally, like, growing up, she would take like the thing I was done with and like suck the fat off of. I'm like, what? This
is the best part. This is so much collagen.
That is exactly what she would say. This is the best. How could you not eat this part? This is the best part.
I think there's so many cultures have that. Like, I think in Japan it's like seafood. Like, I don't know, the eyeball of salmon.
The eyeball, yeah.
Or the crabs. We call it like miso of the crab. It's the juicy part, not the meat of the crabs.
Oh my god! Is it like the bone marrow of the crab? Is it like?
I guess I don't even know. I always thought it was a brain of crab, but like recently I'm like, oh, maybe it's not. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. There's always like that. Yeah, like a chicken wings. Like some people love that, like the inside and.
I'm not about that. First of all, did you just make a burek sushi in front of our eyes?
I guess so.
Oh
This one
my.
was too easy. The show is still happening, but like it was so easy because like it's all like I cut them stripes. It's so easy. Sometimes I had to like push it and like small pieces and stuff like that. But yeah, it's done. Everyone, it's done.
Holy moly. You're
Yeah,
so
I'll cut
good.
them. I'll cut it.
I want to eat it so bad.
We'll see. We'll see how good or bad it is. Yeah, we'll see. So as you grew up, those are the things you ate. What about like culture wise? Tell us a bit about Macedonian culture.
Okay. It's very like it's a highly religious culture.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, what
My-
what religion?
Like I think like Christian and Catholic. I don't know
Catholic.
much about
Okay.
religion, so I know Jesus is a part of it. I'm not religious, but my mom is, and so she celebrates, and her whole family, the whole Macedonian side of the family, celebrate like obviously Christmas, but Orthodox Macedonian New Year, Orthodox Christmas, and I think it's Christian Orthodox, and Merry Christmas in Macedonian. I think and Sean Murray knows it's Srećan Božić.
Why are you ready?
He's ready. He knew it was coming. I don't know how he did it, but Srećan Božić, it sort of just like means like Merry Christmas, and it has its own kind of little tricks and like things to it, right, with certain foods, but it's essentially the same thing. It's just Christmas, with its own flavor, its own Macedonian flavor. And
Do you have Santa Claus and everything?
yeah, he's just like differently described, but he's pretty much the same guy. That you have like big feasts at Christmas time, like most other cultures. Obviously not every culture, but with Orthodox Macedonian, yeah, you have these big feasts. They like to do like duck and lamb.
Duck?
They love lamb. They're not much of a pork country.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It is interesting. I think like again, it's very where my mom grew up in Bitola. It was very farm land, very farm heavy. There are some huge cities like Skopje, which is the capital city, but in Bitola, it's like they're all farmers, so they all have like their own cattle and their own pigs and their own chickens and their own lambs. So oftentimes you wouldn't see them eating pigs for some reason. I wonder why. I actually have never asked that. I should ask that.
Yeah.
My mom had a pet pig. My mom had a pet pig. She had a pet lamb. And then she once had to eat her pet.
I hear those stories sometimes, and that's devastating. Wow.
It's devastating. She talks about it, and it's the saddest thing. She talks about it so cavalierly. Yeah, and then I had to eat my pet. I'm like, what? No, my dog's right beside me, and if I had to eat my poor dog, I'd be like devastated. So my poor mom had to do that.
Yeah. Wow. Why? Yeah, I guess like they were raised as like meat to for consumption, but you get attached to them. Is that how they become pets?
I don't know. I think one was specifically her pet, like her pet.
Wow. That's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah. I wonder if they don't eat pork because of like any religious reasons. I know some religions don't eat pork, right?
Yeah. That's a great question, because I definitely have friends who belong to a few religions or different religions who don't eat pork, and I don't think it's that. Yeah.
Interesting. I hear also another like beef, cow. Like some religions don't eat cow or beef, but also some people told me that cows are more expensive, so they don't eat. It's not just a religious reason, but it's more expensive, so we don't eat beef or something like that. I heard that too. So I wonder pork is considered maybe that way. I don't know. We'll Google.
Yeah, I'll Google after.
Yeah.
I'll ask my mom or her family or my family, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, and then Christmas is Srećan Božić, and it's coming up. What about other like celebrations? How do you celebrate when you have something festive? What do you do?
Oh God, it's so they love big, big like ordeals, big weddings, big engagement parties,
Yeah. Oh
big
wow.
family reunions. They love it. Like
Yeah.
it is what like I was at a Macedonian wedding, 500 people, and they had like
500 people.
oh easy. I didn't
never
even.
heard of that.
Oh my God, yeah. I didn't even know the people getting married. But like my mom said, you have to come. I'm like, I don't know them. She's like, you said you have to come. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And there's like and that's crazy. There's a Macedonian mob. Probably shouldn't be talking about them online.
Okay.
Yeah, like a lot of the Macedonians I know are very much like they love big events, big
Wow.
party. It's very much like a thing to show other Macedonians. Like,
Yeah.
you came to my thing and it was this big, so and I'm going to give you this much money, so you have to come to my thing and you have to give me this much money and it's going to be this big. It's very like, well, I see you, I'll raise you this.
Yeah.
You know,
So the gifts are often cash, like money.
I would say a lot of the time, and then sometimes it's a wildly big gift. It's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. In Japan, we give cash as well. For like instead of wedding gift, we give away cash, or kids receive lots of money and never really receive gift for like New Year's, which is the biggest like celebration,
Whoa.
festive thing. Yeah. So if you have lots of relatives, it's good.
Yeah. It's
Wow,
true.
that's interesting. 500 people at the wedding. I don't think I have ever been to any.
I was at an engagement party that was 200 people. It was the engagement party. It wasn't the wedding.
Wow.
It was exactly like any big, huge wedding you've ever been to, but it wasn't a wedding. It was
engagement.
Insane. I had to dress up like a wedding, and it was in a hall. It was like a DJ dance floor, multiple food stations around.
Yeah. If you have like engagement and then like wedding that big, do people get divorced? Like like they must feel guilty. Oh, I had such a huge celebration. I don't think I should get divorced.
That's so funny. There's not a lot of people I know who've been divorced in Macedonian family. There's like one or two like around, but no, they pretty much stay together. It's like
yeah.
Wow. And it's like if you shouldn't be with someone anymore, don't be with them. But I mean I can't speak to specific things of my family, but because I don't have that information, but that's just my stance.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. And all those parties, what I guess you eat lamb and duck, and what do you drink? Alcohol? Much?
Oh yeah, they go hard.
Really?
They can drink, and there's I have just so many of my uncles. They're all such funny like bros.
Oh really?
Like just like old bros who just like smoke cigarettes like this. Like they're all smoking cigarettes all the time. They do the thing where they like tip $50 at the beginning of the night at an open bar and just keep going back.
Nice.
or hang out by the open bar the whole night. They love it's I haven't been to a wedding in a long time because of many reasons.
The open bar. Yeah, many reasons. Yeah. That's sounds so much fun. And as we are speaking, yes, I did roll the sushi and then I cut it. So here it is.
Oh my God.
Do you want to name this sushi? How do you want to name this sushi?
Oh my God. Maybe Zelnik roll. How about an Obama roll?
Obama.
Look how good that looks.
Yeah, I did it. All right, I think.
And that's from the reference Obama, from the reference of Ayaka earlier doing Burek Obama.
Burek Obama roll.
Oh my God, it's a Burek Obama roll. Oh my God, a North Obama roll.
The 44th roll.
The 44th roll. That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't wait for you to taste it.
Yes. And guess what? I have an emergency today at my household. This has never happened to me ever in my whole life that I'm out of soy sauce. Sean, what's happening? Why are you so ready, Sean? What's happening?
He has it ready. He has everything ready.
How? Amazing. Yeah. So I'm out of soy sauce. So I cannot have soy sauce. I don't have a dip, but I'm going to just have it as is. And I'll taste everything that's in a roll instead of soy sauce hiding all the flavors.
That's, oh my
And
God.
yeah. But Christian, I don't want anyone watching to hear me chew because chewing noise is not my favorite, and I don't think many people's favorite. So if you could, would you like to sing as a song, Macedonian song, so no one has to hear me chew? That'd be amazing.
I honestly couldn't want to do something less, but because it's you and I love you so much, I will gladly sing a song.
Yeah, amazing. So I'm gonna try it, and yeah, go ahead and serenade us. Itadakimasu.
Skorko maje guskata, strne mi je majko, standrano svino ti, strte mi je majko, standrano svino ti, strte mi je majko. So what that song? Okay, I'll sing the same thing again. Essentially, what that song is just about like you losing your goose and like you needing to start over. I imagine the roll, the North Obama roll, being dry because no soy sauce, rice, and then essentially burek. If people at home, a reference point, it's like spanakopita in Greek cuisine. So it's like a phyllo pastry with some sautéed spinach and some butter, obviously, and obviously there's some other things to it. But I'm wondering if it went down. Oh, needs some water because it's a bit too dry. Yeah, needs a bit of water.
Nailed it. It tastes delicious.
Oh, good.
Hearty. Yeah. So what? This cheese? It's feta cheese.
Sometimes it's other cheese, but for the most part, you'll put feta in it.
Oh, it's there's something, not just spinach. I'm gonna just like I'm digging in inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is like so. This is like a surgery of bread. I'm just opening up the inside.
No, please take a look at it. I also want to share with people at home that like some of the best feta cheese. I don't feel like I'm doing a hometown discount. Some of the best feta cheese is literally Macedonian feta cheese. So if you do find yourself at like, sometimes it's like at a Metro or a Sobeys or a Loblaws, you might actually see it there as Macedonian feta. In like those fresh cheese sections where you can ask like the clerk behind the desk. It's incredible. You can get them at other delis too. It's just so good.
This is incredible. This is so good.
Yay.
The pie, is that pie pastry?
Yeah.
It's
like phyllo.
Phyllo. It's so good. I don't know what the difference is with like what I have had in the past.
I don't know either. I should know, but it's very similar. It's not exactly the same, but I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I taste something that's like I'm not familiar, or like I cannot point out what I'm tasting. I thought that was the feta, but like there's no feta in here. Like it's cooked. I don't know what. It's so good. What's different?
I honestly do think they saute some of the cheese down with, some of the spinach down with cheese.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
I also really want you to try the tulumbe.
Yes,
or
I will.
tulumba. People call it different.
I will. But also I cut like a small like piece of the sausage as well. I'm gonna try that. You said spicy?
I mean, yeah, it says it's spicy. It's not that spicy.
I feel good. Okay, good.
Oh yeah,
it came a little bit. Oh, I see. Okay. I love those kind of like a dry sausage stuff. I love those.
Oh, I
so good.
love dry sausage.
So good. Tasty stuff.
You can make it at breakfast if you want, or steam it with some broccoli is great.
Oh yes, I can totally see that.
Mhm.
Yes, and I think it goes well with anything.
Mhm.
So I might be one of the first people in the world eating turumba with chopsticks.
Oh my god,
Have you thought of that?
I haven't, and I love it.
It looks like this. Everybody, it looks like this. I'm gonna cut it a little bit smaller. So this is like a dough.
Yeah.
Okay, like a donut. Oh my! This is like all soaked.
It's soaked in like a
Wow.
like a simple syrup.
It's like inside is like all. Oh, the focus is not good. Yeah, there's no like dry part to it. Dripping. Okay, is it honey?
It's
syrup.
yeah, it's like a honey syrup.
Okay, so Christian, you have to sing again. Ready? Itadakimasu.
Oh, I'm lagging. Can you hear me? Skrko Maya Guskata Stardemia Maiko Sandrana Spinoti Stardemia Maiko Sandrana Spinoti Stardemia Maiko.
Wow, this is good. Yeah, your singing is very good. Wow, this is good. I was expecting to be a lot sweeter. This is not like crazy sweet. It's perfect. I wish I had like an espresso or something.
Oh my god, I actually haven't had like I said, I haven't had the ones in those packages, so I'm so interested to see how they taste versus like the freshly baked ones.
So good. It's a syrup coated dough. There's a following a traditional recipe. Everybody try this. Yeah, and everything else is delicious. Trisha, where did you get this from?
I got this from Solero Bakery. Yeah, it's in the Junction, and they are very much like really kind. A bunch of Eastern European women, some from Croatia, some from Serbia, some from Macedonia, all work there. Really, really cool. And then if you want to get some real righteous Macedonian food from a Macedonian deli, which is incredible, it's called Mac European Delicatessen. So the Mac Delicatessen, it's in Scarborough. Go, it's so good. I get my shobai sausages there, and it's incredible. And yeah.
Everybody, go there, support local business, and support Macedonia. They're having a hard time deciding a new name.
They're going to be shrinking until people take all their land.
But yeah, we learned so much about North Macedonia today. And yeah, Christians, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your, life stories.
Oh, 100% that. Hey. Thank you for having me in your kitchen.
Thank you. Oh, it was so informative and so interesting. And yeah, I don't know many Macedonian people, so that was really, really cool. So thank you again.
Thank you. And
thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you everyone for watching. This is Bad Dog Comedy TV, Ayaka's Kitchen. Here's the donation link to support Bad Dog. Bad Dog is a great place to be, so let's support them. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Sabrina, message. And thank you, Sean. Sean, you're on fire today. You're so ready for this. Sean. Thank you. That was impressive. Thank you so much, Sean. And yeah, Christian, should we close the show with Shrikin Project or anything that like any phrase that you want to say at the end? Teach me.
Kakosi.
Kakosi, what's that mean?
How are you?
At the end of the show. Okay.
And then you say dobro.
Dobro. Oh, what's that?
And that just means I'm good.
At the end of the show, we need to know each other how we are doing. Great. Ask me.
Kakosi.
Dobro!
Yeah!